How can you tell if a team is healthy? Well, one factor stands out to me, and it's how well a team handles conflict. Of course, there are many signs of a thriving team, but this one is evident, especially when things get off track. Because when a team has a healthy approach to conflict, it's a strong indicator that they're in a good place overall. Sometimes a team can look like clear, calm waters. Seems like everyone's getting along perfectly, but this niceness masks unspoken tensions. Things may not be as harmonious as they look. When conflict goes underground, where issues aren't openly addressed but they simmer below the surface, people may seem polite, but they actually harbor unspoken frustrations. And this can lead to passive-aggressive behaviors or side meetings, where team members whisper their grievances away from the main group. When this happens, it's a false sense of harmony. Just like the ocean has invisible currents moving under the surface, the team has underlying dynamics that aren't always evident. It may look like peace, but unresolved issues are festering underneath. Teams that function this way rarely grow stronger or reach higher levels of performance. Hidden conflicts prevent true progress. What adds to the complexity of conflict is that conflict styles vary across cultures, and characters or personalities play in too. Some people are more direct in their approach, while others are indirect, choosing subtlety over confrontation. And then there's context. When and where are the appropriate spaces for conflict? It can change. The point today isn't necessarily focusing on the right way to handle conflict, but to develop an awareness of how conflict surfaces in your team and whether it's addressed effectively. Healthy teams don't avoid conflict, they manage it constructively. A good starting point is to ask yourself, how does my team approach conflict? When it comes to conflict, your team is like ocean waves. Healthy wave teams have gentle waves, representing open and direct communication, where people can safely voice concerns. It's okay if there are ripples or waves, because you surf the wave until it loses its energy. Concerns are heard and they're addressed, and negative energy dissipates. In undertow teams, conflict goes underground, like a dangerous undertow in the ocean. It's a hidden current no one can see, but it can drag people down unexpectedly. And then there are rogue wave teams. When conflict isn't addressed, resentment grows. People feel hurt or frustrated, but you might be completely unaware if no one talks about it. And then suddenly, a major issue crashes, catching everybody off guard. A problem that could have been a minor splash becomes a major rogue wave, rising up exponentially higher than anything else and disrupting the team. That's why it's so essential for leaders to cultivate a team environment where healthy conflict is encouraged. When team members feel safe sharing concerns or feedback, it releases any built-up frustration, creating space for honest dialogue and resolution. Creating a space where team members feel comfortable bringing up concerns early helps prevent conflict from escalating. It's a difference between ripples at the shoreline and an unmanageable rogue wave that causes damage. Leaders can start by asking their team for feedback at meetings. Create a regular opportunity for team members to voice concerns. It's also important to model how to handle feedback as a leader, listening openly, responding thoughtfully, and showing that you take their concerns seriously. Cultivating a team that handles conflict well doesn't mean encouraging disagreements or arguments all the time. Instead, it's about creating an environment where team members feel secure bringing up issues and offering feedback without fear. When leaders do this, it sets the tone for the entire team, signaling that healthy conflict is welcome and valued. At your next team meeting, ask for feedback. Encourage your team members to share any concerns and genuinely listen to what they have to say. If this is a new thing for your team, you might start with a fairly general question, like, it's important for us to always be improving, so what are ideas that you might have for things that we could try? And what are things that I could do to help? Start small if needed. Even just asking open-ended questions that allow people to speak freely. Then take what you hear seriously. Follow up on feedback, and if changes have to be made, implement them the best as you can. In many cases, the path to a healthier team begins with you, the leader, being willing to listen and to take action.